Hi everybody, Nick here, just with a quick update on the new text field updates, which you'll get from here. So to add a question answer node is just drag and drop one of these nodes, in this case the blank one, and when you've opened up the node, go ahead and select text from the right hand side, which is right over here, text field, just under slider. Okay, so when you do that, it will give you a few options. Some advanced options here, and this minimum and maximum that's new. We've added that in over the last week or so. So let's just do it. This is just going to be your question. We type in, please enter your whatever. Right, that's going to be the question. So the first change is the length. You can make that length have a minimum length and a maximum length. So let's say if you're doing UK postcodes, I believe they go from 5, I think, or 4 to 7. Well, whatever they are, it's something to that effect, from 4 to 7. And you can put some placeholder, which is going to be please enter not your zip, please enter your postcode or whatever they call it in the UK. We'll go ahead and save this. And let's see what this looks like with the preview button on the right hand side. And it's there you go. Please start by typing your postcode. So I can go 1 2 3 4. But you can see the validation is only on length. So if I try and do this, see the button's gone. So 4, it comes back up. 5 6 7 7 8, it's gone again. Right, so that's the validation part. That's a very simple validation where we're looking at only the minimum and maximum. So that's the first one. Let's have a look at the second change. These extra options that we have at the bottom. So, which is going to be the advanced options. So the first one obviously starts out with none, so I don't have to click that. It's only to remove the other ones, is why we have the none button. It's going to be the masked input, which is where you set up a pattern. So the pattern could be something like a Canadian postcode. So there you go. So A in this case is any letter. 9 is any number. A is any letter, and then a space, and then once again number, letter, number, which is number, letter, number. Right. So that's you can give an example as well to your leads or users or whoever comes through this. So it could be, let's say, let's do a caps. I don't know if this is a postcode, but let's just go W3W, and 9 would be, so let's just do 7 R7, right? So something to that effect to show a postcode of an example. Now you can obviously go ahead and type a bunch of text in here as well. So it's not just to show that example like that. You can kind of give it a bit more context around this with a statement about what this is that you're looking for. So that's what that will look like. But if you go to preview it, you can see that it's giving a space for 3. Sorry, it gives you a place for 3 characters, and then space, and then 3 characters, which follows this pattern over here. So it's going to be yep, and then so there you go. That's the pattern, and it validates it. Right. So this way, it prevents data entry errors. You're mostly going to be accurate if you're not using. In this example, we're using postcode, but you could have any number of other things. For example, this is for US zip codes. That's for a tracking number. I'm not really sure if you'll need that, but just once again, we've created all of these just to give you some examples. Here's another one to show a bunch of. So in this case, we're forcing the first 3 letters to be the same. So it's 999, so I can go 2 3 4, but I can go 1, 2, 3 as well. But as you can see, I can't go further because XYZ is hard coded, right? So you can even do things like that. This one is going to be a number, which allows you to go ahead and enter the number. So you could maybe possibly have it as a phone number, context, something like that. 1, 2, 3. Oops. And then if you want a postcode, then you can do that, right? So if I go to preview, it'll give me so what the slash does, it hard codes the 9. So any number, so say for example, if you want it to be a 215 number, then I can go up here and just go /2 1 and a 5. So if I go to preview it, it'll be, sorry, not 28, 21. If I go to preview, there you go. So the postcode, or the area code, I should say in this case, has already been typed in for us. So this is if you're not using telephone number validation, right? I had a hard time finding examples, but basically you can control the type of data entry that you have inside this. All right, so that's going to be the masked input. Now let's go to data list. The data list is so use this example. I'm going to add that in. So it adds in the planets, and so when I type it in, it gives me my choices. But what we've done is you can go ahead and type your own actually. So you can use it as your base, and then add that, because otherwise if you don't want to give users the ability to edit, then go and use the the drop down node. But if you want to give people options, and then once again you can leave so that's what you would do. That way it allows people to type in and create their own variations of what you might have. Right? So that's the uniqueness between the drop down and this specific one where we're providing a data list. Okay, so I hope that helps you out. The other thing I wanted you to make sure is that when you put the copy and paste the values in, that the values are unique. So in testing, we've seen some users enter duplicate numbers and all sorts of stuff, and what that really presents a bit of a problem, because you're trying to select the uniqueness here, and it's a horrible user experience. So please ensure that you've cleaned up your data list before you put it over here. So no repeats. Don't just grab any list off the internet. Please sort it in Excel and or in Google Sheets, and make sure that the duplicates have been removed. Okay, that's the second option. The third option is regex, but this is quite complicated, and I'll leave this for the developers within LeadsHook, or people from a technical background who know regex for this sort of thing. Regex basically gives you unlimited capability on what you can do. So if you're familiar with that, by all means use it. You can use the builder function over here, or just get yourself a developer on one of the outsourced sites for a few dollars to help build it for you. It shouldn't take too long for a professional to work it out. And that sort of shows you how to use the new text field feature. All right, thank you, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Bye for now.